finally, Suryavanshi late T20 International को cap पनि पायो. Looks like he will be playing against Nepal Asian game मा. Asian
Yeah,
गेमहरू तिमीले follow गरेको थियौ?
Asian qualification गेमहरू yeah like
उम्,
online follow गरेको थिएँ तर live streaming there were somewhere live streaming तर it was not easy to find for some reason.
त्यही हो. I could not find anywhere live stream. म पनि स्कोरै अपडेटहरू गरिरहेको थिएँ होइन. I mean, very dominant performance नेपालबाट. I mean, as you kind of expected. किनभने अरू टिम्सहरूको तिमीले भने जस्तो रिक्वायरमेन्टहरू अलि हाई थियो एसियन गेमको
Uh,
लागि. सो दे वर लाइक डिपेन्ड अन टु मच अफ लोकल प्लेयर्स. सो वाट वेयर यर बिगेस्ट टेक अवे?
biggest takeaway as usual नेपालले weak team पायो भने they can dominate. What we need to see is a strong team just like India. It will be interesting to see. Hopefully, India सँगै परोस् होइन India Pakistan सँगै परोस्. It will be fun to watch them play.
तिमीले भनेको राइट हो, बट आई थिङ्क जस्ट द डिफरेन्स इज त्यो डोमिनेन्स वेमा जित्यो आफूभन्दा अलिकति लोवर ऱ्याङ्क अथवा लोवर क्यापेबल टिमसँग होइन. तर पनि जुन वेले जित्यो, जुन म्याग्निट्युडले जित्यो होइन, आई थिङ्क द्याट्स प्रिटी इम्प्रेसिभ. आई थिङ्क द्याट्स अ गुड थिङ इफ यु थिङ्क अबाउट इट. फाइनल वाज ट्रिकी. आई फिल लाइक they might have got bailed out. होइन. I think they gave up too much runs, 188, 100 something odd. That's a lot of runs. होइन. पानी परेर टकट लुइसमा गएर जित्न चाहिँ जित्यो. But I don't know if they had played the whole 20 over, if Nepal could have done it or not. I'm not 100% sure. I would think so, but what do you think?
Yeah, so it seemed like scoreboard हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हुन्छ नि लाइक त्यो गेम जहाँ पनि जान सक्थ्यो. It was like 11 रन्सको डिफरेन्स थियो होइन त्यो जता पनि जान सक्थ्यो त्यो गेम राइट. तर अगेन डकवर्थ लुइस अलिक कहिलेकाहीँ इट्स स्लाइटली अनफेयर पनि हुन्छ टिममा डिपेन्ड गरेर सिचुएसनमा डिपेन्ड गरेर होइन. या एक्ज्याक्टली राइट. सो या तर आइडियली वी वुड हेभ वान्टेड इट टु बी डोमिनेटिङ गेम. तर लाइक हुन्छ नि हङकङ इज nowhere closer to Nepal ranking man. So yeah, like we would have expected to like Nepal to dominate. That halka to देखिएन हैन. 186 is a lot of runs. But yeah, it depends on situation and conditions too, right? So yeah,
that's what I was trying to think about. Is like Nepal just the team lay 100, and again we are nitpicking it. They won it like किन डिस्कस गरिरहेको जस्तो पनि हुन्छ होइन. But if you really want to be like, hey, you are really the best team, होइन, 186 run दिनु हङकङ जस्तो टिमलाई भनेको is a lot. हुन्छ नि.
yeah,
If you do that, then you might give 400 to India. हुन्छ नि. हङकङलाई 186 दियो भने, so that's just the अलिकति tricky part.
yeah. The question is pitch र ground कस्तो हुन्छ. त्यही पनि like short boundaries ball. That might be possible. 400 run might also be possible.
They're playing in Japan Asian Games?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that, man. I feel like that's gonna be like a run fest, or maybe like a New York pitch. Like tough to get even 120. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like this to high standard को pitch हुन्छ जस्तो मलाई अलि लागेन.
Japan has been investing in cricket, होइन. So time पनि छ त्यसको लागि. So they might prepare good pitch. Don't know yet. Yeah.
Hopefully, अलिअलि. I mean, I think अहिले सबैभन्दा क्रिकेटिङ वर्ल्डमा सबैभन्दा ठुलो कन्भर्सेसन भइरह्यो भनेकै how to create balance between bat and ball हो होइन. Pretty much like every other person is just talking about it. I think IPL को जुन domination थियो batting को होइन, looks like everybody started getting worried about it. So like you watch anything, like you watch interview, you watch podcast, you watch anything related to cricket, that's like the number one topic, like how to create a balance between bat and ball.
Uh-huh.
He said that maybe one baller should be allowed to bowl 5 overs. Okay, what do you think about that?
Uh, I don't think that's necessary. It does not really change a lot of equation. And like if you have someone like Bumrah, then that makes sense. But again, थालिसकेपछि क्रिकेटको रुल्सहरू हल्का कम्प्लिकेटेड हुन्छ जस्तो कि अब 100लाई अहिलेसम्म मान्छेहरूले बिलो उडाउँछन् लाइक कस्तो खालको गेम हो त्यो
Yeah,
100मा पनि त लाइक कन्टिन्युसली ओभर गर्न पाउँछ नि त होइन त्यस्तो खालको गर्न थाल्ने बित्तिकै अलिकति रुल्सहरू अनक्लियर हुने स्पेसली नयाँ मान्छेहरूको बुझ्न गाह्रो सो या आई डोन्ट थिङ्क द्याट्स एब्सोल्युटली नेसेसरी एट द सेम टाइम लाइक बााउन्ड्रिजहरू अलिक ठुलो बााउन्ड्रिजहरू राखेर या पिचमा त्यो किसिमले कन्ट्रोल गर्न सकिन्छ ओभर्स दिने आई डोन्ट थिङ्क द्याट्स नेसेसरी
mirror question तिमीलाई. Is there a limit on a batter saying that you can only bat X many number of overs?
टेक्निकली यस यु हेभ टु रोटेट स्ट्राइक होइन सो रोटेट स्ट्राइक गरेन भने you will miss out balls, right? Like you cannot face all
Right. But you
200
won't gonna get
balls.
out though.
Yeah.
So if
Mhm.
your best batter can bat, not theoretically, they can bat 20 overs, right? Theoretically, they can take 120 balls. Theoretically.
Mhm.
Then why can't your best bowler bowl more than 4 overs?
Well, that's the format of the game, right? If त्यो गर्ने बित्तिकै गेमको डाइनामिक्स नै चेन्ज हुन्छ नि त ओके सो किन एउटा मात्रै बलरले पाउने किन
Enough
त्यही
over.
त्यही आर्ग्युमेन्ट गर्ने हो भने किन वाइ डु वी निड 4 ballers in the team or 3 ballers in the team why don't we have just 2 ballers and just have them ball like entire 20 overs right so
See
where
now,
do you stop
now you are. Oh, so now I think you made a really good point about this problem with this particular idea of it, right? If you say that balance ल्याउनलाई बेस्ट बलरलाई 5 ओभर दिनुपर्छ अथवा दुईटा बलरले 5 ओभर अरू वाट एभर यु वान्ट त्यो गर्ने बित्तिकै टिमले के गर्छ मुम्बई इन्डियनले के गर्छ बुमरा राख्छ टिम
exactly
टिम साउदी राख्छ
Mhm.
अर्को एउटा बलर राख्छ अरू सबै ब्याटर अलराउन्डर राख्छ सो
Mhm.
अगेन तिम्रो इम्ब्यालेन्स भयो
exactly
होइन सो यु गन एन्ड अप गेटिङ मोर ब्याटर एनीवे but again it's a pretty wild idea. It's just like test match
Mhm.
limited नराखिदिने ओभरमा
Mhm.
let's just play it out. Let's see if that's what we're gonna do. Let's just go best bowler against best batter and see who wins. होइन त्यो पनि एउटा
see
लजिक हो but again
त्यस्तै कुरा गर्ने हो भने लाइक हामी टेस्ट म्याचमा डिफ्रेन्ट बल युज ओडिएमा डिफ्रेन्ट बल युज गर्छौँ
yeah दुई साइडबाट
फर T20 we can use a different ball which swings more खालको हामी गर्न सक्छ नि त so टेस्ट म्याचमा we use two different kind of balls right like red ball and pink ball जस्तै T20 को लागि we can make specialized balls जुन चाहिँ धेरै swing हुन्छ and spinner friendly हुन्छ at the same time right we can do something like that too
that's true but I mean I don't know I almost feels like maybe it's like a overreaction with one IPL होइन balance between ball and bat यताउति भनेको किनभने मोस्ट अफ द लाइक फाइनलको गेममा खासै त्यति धेरै रन हाने त होइन नि होइन
Mhm.
त्यही भएर
तर
आई डोन्ट नो आई अलमोस्ट फिल
IPL
लाइक
को
इट
लागि
माइट बी
it's
ओभर
mostly with pitch and ground itself I feel like त्यो responsible हो न कि अरू anything else but त्यो कुराहरू भनेको कन्ट्रोल गर्न सकिन्थ्यो and maybe final गेममा they heard that thing and maybe like हुन्छ नि they tried to do it yeah we don't have to focus on like हुन्छ नि giving 5 overs and changing balls and all of that if we focus on developing good pitch balanced pitch that we can do
सो द्याट्स त्यसमै अर्को एउटा कुरा पनि रियल क्विक के भन्छ आउँदाखेरि इम्प्याक्ट प्लेयरको कुरा इम्प्याक्ट सबको
Uh-huh.
कुरा किनभने एउटा कुरा के रियलाइज गर्नु पर्यो भने हामीले why are we talking about IPL को rule and regulation when we are talking about broader cricket भन्दा for a while it almost feels like IPL has been the trend setter for a lot of different things, right? Like strategic timeout and all that kind of stuff, IPL water. So it's not a wild thing to think that भोलि गएर ICC ले impact player T20 मा भनेर, it's not a wildest thing to say. But looks like a lot of people are not fan of impact sub. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm not fan of impact sub at all. I think
Okay.
that's it changes game drastically. Yeah, पहिला super subको there has to be like injuryहरूको sub चाहिँ like you cannot get runner. That's
Mm-hmm.
not a good thing. At least त्यो त दिनुपर्छ runnerहरू
Mm.
like umpires अलिकति राम्रो call लिएर okay like was he injured in this game or not. जस्तै कि I think एउटा yes 2007 को T20 फाइनलमा Imran Nazir got injured and if I remember correctly Imran Nazir got injured तर ऊ त्योभन्दा अगाडिको गेममा इन्जर्ड भएको थियो त्यो गेममा he was limping.
Yeah. I mean, thinking about that, like, but again, bowling side also gets to get their impacts up. Malai say, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it, but I'm not against it. I don't think मान्छेले भने जस्तो त्यस्तो ठुलो impact पर्छ. But again, like मैले इन्टरभ्यू हेरिरहेको थिएँ लिभिङस्टनको, right? And he was like, I think the idea of impact sub is not good because what if you are 20 for 3, right? And then you're going to get another batter, so you might end up scoring whatever you need to score. But on the other side of it, because of that, you might have much more interesting game because the score going to be 108, 160 instead of 130 because of that one impact sub. So it might be an interesting game because you got to realize that team going to lose a bowler when they come to field. Right, and so I mean, I don't know, more like
Yes.
I'm not म चाहिँ खासै त्यो
See, here's the thing, right? Like
लेभलमा
if
छैन।
you're talking about impact sub, त्यो इन्डिया जस्तो टिमलाई धेरै काम लाग्छ किनकि इन्डियाको टिममा प्लेयर्सहरू प्लेइङ 11 हुनको लागि पुरा टछाड मछाड गरेर तर एसोसिएट कन्ट्रिजहरूमा 11th प्लेयर एन्ड 12th प्लेयर बिचको right.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah।
So it's a disadvantage to like newer teams versus established team where they can have team A and team B and still win. Both team can be in the World Cup final, right? So the difference on the so like strong team or
Yeah,
like
makes sense।
IPL ma it's different because IPL ma all teams are almost like balanced type को छ हैन तर वर्ल्ड कपमा या वर्ल्ड क्रिकेटमा हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ स्पेशली एसोसिएट क्रिकेटमा त्यति त्यो लेभलको ब्यालेन्स छैन।
Makes sense। No, तिमीले भने that makes sense। Same interview ma actually they were talking about if you really want you can create 3 different team in India and they're gonna be they're gonna be top team in the world with them. I'm like, I
Yep.
mean, I don't want it to be true, but it's kind of true।
Uh, uh,
एनिवे एसियन गेमको कुरा गर्दाखेरि होइन नेपाली मेन्स टिमले चाहिँ गयो नेपाली
uh,
वुमन्स टिमले चाहिँ या दे डिड नट मेक इट एन्ड इट वाज
uh,
द्याट द्याट थर्ड प्लेस गेम मैले एकदम फलो गरिरहेको थिएँ
uh,
it was shortened by rain and target was
uh,
like 43 44 runs
uh,
crazy thing is first over Nepal gave 16 runs to China. China needed 2 runs to win in last ball and they ended up hitting a boundary. So that's how Nepali team, women's team चाहिँ एसियन गेममा जान सकेन. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I think Nepali cricket team, women's cricket team, like you on the Agadi World Cup qualification the game they were playing against Scotland, Netherlands. उनीहरूलाई पनि अलिकति टक्कर दिएर from there to here, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, rain shortened game पनि impact part. किनभने when you are playing against not not the same talent and all that as other team होइन 7 ओभरको I think that gets really tricky. नेपालले 51 रन बनायो 7 ओभरमा. If you just go it by run and over, it's not bad. होइन 7 something run and over, wicket हातमा त्यो गर्दा maybe they would have got 120 130. अनि चाइनाको as I said first ओभरमा they scored 16 runs and they scored 10 20 24 25 run in next 5 over, so they could not score, right? And the wicket were going down. They had like 2 run outs in an over and all that kind of thing. So if you think practically, China could have folded for 60 runs when they were 40 for one. So एकदमै shorten. See, okay, now it gets to me the point of TLS and all that I was thinking about. I hate this TLS and stupid thing. So it almost feels like मेरो विचारमा चाहिँ सबै laws, rules and regulationहरू चाहिँ broadcasting right को विषयमा भएर right टिभीमा एउटा क्रिकेट म्याचको लागि अब जमानामा त ओडिआई मात्रै होइन अनि त्यसपछि रेन आउट भयो भने त्यो 8 घण्टा भन्दा त 12-13 घण्टा हुन सक्छ. त्यति ब्रोडकास्टिङ राइटमा ब्रोडकास्टरले मान्दैन किनभने तिनीहरूको रेगुलर प्रोग्रामिङ हुन्छ. मेबी द्याट्स वाइ द रुल वाज देयर. अहिलेको टाइममा आई डोन्ट थिङ्क वी निड दिस स्टुपिड रुल TLS.
So what would you recommend? Like DLS
Just play
नगरिकन
the
के?
game. Just play the game. Rain भयो, wait it out, rain जान्छ, play the game or call the game out. Don't do this like 5 over, 6 over, like what? I hate this, man. I'm like, you wanna rule the game out? Put a reserve day, do it. होइन?
So अहिले I think
Mm.
T20 को लागि minimum 6 ओभरको गेम हुनुपर्छ हैन? So
T20
do
लाई
you,
6, ODI लाई 20 हो कि 15?
yeah, so do you want that to be like at least 10? Okay, not
No, just
at
play
all.
the game. Just play the whole game. Like rain कति घण्टा आएर जाला washed out भयो भने just call it off or play next day. Just play the game. Like
Yep. So next day खेल्ने त्यो चाहिँ it makes sense to me हैन? I think they should implement that. तर like हरेक पिचहरूमा हरेक ग्राउन्डहरूमा they might not have external lights and all of that. So त्यसले गर्दाखेरि कुर्ने त्यो टाइम पनि जान्छ हैन? अनि फेरि आजकलको गेमहरूमा कुनै गेमहरूमा like back to back गेम्सहरू पनि हुन्छ, right? So त्यो हुँदाखेरि अब रातिको 9 बजेसम्म बसेर गेम खेलिरहेछ अनि भोलि फेरि बिहानै अर्को गेम छ भने प्लेयर्सहरूलाई रेस्ट गर्ने चान्सेस पनि कम हुन्छ हैन?
but they are
अल्दो त्यति
professional.
टाइट
They are
त्यति
paid
टाइट
to
स्केड्युल
do.
हुँदैन.
But they are paid to do. They should be able to do that. I
So
mean, it's
talking
not like.
yeah, so talking about professional, they are professional, they know the rules. You have to follow by भनेर कसैले पनि भनेको हैन. They know the rules.
Exactly.
And again, weather pattern you can somewhat predict as well, right? So they know chances of rains hard. So they have to play according to the conditions and demand,
Yeah.
right? And if you fail to do that, then you lose.
Yeah, and this thing, like I feel like I always like I'm not just talking about nowadays and all. Like बच्चेदेखि क्रिकेट जहिलेदेखि हेरेदेखि I always thought DLS rule was so unfair and so stupid. Like,
Uh,
I'm like, example, Nepal ko थियो game, right? Like Asian qualifier game. I'm I'm not saying Nepal could not have won it, right? They might have won it, but again, you are kind of taking the फेरि माथिबाट सुरु गर्नु है so for an example Nepalको game, right? I'm not saying that Nepalले त्यो game हार्थ्यो or whatever. Let me check how much were they. Nepal रह्यो हैन, Nepal versus Hong Kong.
See, while you're checking, the fact that Nepal,
Mm.
China, Nepal versus China, uh, the fact that Nepal third position पुग्यो होइन थर्डको लागि फाइट गर्नु पर्यो नेपाल should have gone for the final instead. That
You
should
mean women's को game भन्नु खोज्यो?
women's game,
Yeah.
yeah. That should not
मैले
have
त अलि
happened.
men's को game भन्नु खोजेको थिएँ. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just saying it just feels unfair for the team and saying like
Uh,
same game. Nepal women's they scored 50, 51, 51 or 52 runs. For some reason, so the game started before it rained, I know. They won the toss, it rained, then they changed it and they played 7 over game. I think that's what they did. Our target was adjusted to 43. I know, like it it feels really, really unfair for like other teams. I just feel like just play the whole game. I mean, that's how
yeah,
I feel.
maybe T20 को गेममा चाहिँ त्यो म्याथ एडअप गर्दैन होइन डकवर्थ लुइसको.
Mm,
I'm kind of fine with ODI because they are like 15 overs or like whatever. धेरै ओभरको छ नि रिक्वायरमेन्ट छ नि त तर लाइक यु
mm-hmm.
सेड T20 को लागि चाहिँ इट्स सच अ सर्ट गेम त्यसमा पनि हुन्छ नि 6 ओभरको गर्दाखेरि it changes the gameको dynamics altogether, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I understand. I understand that. I mean, that's where the interview with Lalit Modi gets pretty exciting. And for some reason, to interviewमा भनेको 3-4 कुरासँग I agree so much. के he talked about he feels like ODI won't gonna be there. होइन eventually ODI maybe they will only play World Cup हुन्छ नि or like even because 50 over format I feel like yeah you might like test and it's interesting and all whatever way मा होइन ODI I think people it's like a dying format जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई. What do you think?
It's a tough statement because अहिलेको जुन structure छ होइन त्यो structureमा from associate point of view that is the only format that is organized right now for World Cup League 2 League 2 देखि लिएर lower leagues देखि त्यो एउटा मात्र structure छ जुन चाहिँ हामी periodically खेल्छौँ जुन चाहिँ ICC ले अर्गनाइज गरे राइट यदि त्यो पनि गयो या त त्यसलाई T20 ले रिप्लेस गर्नु पर्यो T20 ले रिप्लेस गर्यो भने the gap between T20 and Test will be really high. त्यो ग्याप ब्रिज गर्न गाह्रो हुन्छ स्पेसली एसोसिएटको लागि. Now we can see कि even अफगानिस्तानको टिम and Irelandको टिम are still struggling to bridge that gap. It's been like how many, almost 8-9 years since they were test team, right? अहिलेसम्म they are struggling so bad. त्यति बेला त उनीहरूले इन्टरकन्टिनेन्टल कप पनि खेल्थ्यो like 3-day 4-day टुर्नामेन्टहरू पनि गर्थ्यो उनीहरूले within associate teams. So if you take away ODI from associate point of view, if you have already taken out Intercontinental Cup, टेस्टको र T20को बिचको जुन चाहिँ ग्याप छ त्यो ब्रिज गर्ने लाइक एसोसिएट टिमसँग के
So तिमीले गेमको पर्सपेक्टिभबाट भन्यौ गेमको लागि एन्ड अल द्याट भन्यौ विच इज ओके होइन स्किलको. But I'm talking as a fan, right? I don't want to watch 9-hour ODI.
See, it depends, right? Like how you market it, त्यसमा पनि भर पर्छ नि त, right?
Okay.
It's not that ODI कसैले पनि हेर्दैन नि त होइन नि त. ODI हेर्ने मान्छेहरू पनि छ, स्पेसली अहिलेको कन्टेक्समा. We can see कि इन्डियाको ODI गेम हेर्नुको लागि टिकटहरू सोल्ड आउट हुन्छ वाइ बिकज अफ विराट कोहली एन्ड रोहित शर्मा marketing, right? So you
Mm,
can do
mm.
marketing like that.
But the thing about that is, right, India is different context. इन्डियाको context different हो. इन्डियामा त तिमी जे पनि प्ले गर आएर हेरिदिन्छ होइन. इन्डियाको context different हो. What I'm talking about is like in world cricket context, right? Like तिमीले भने जस्तो okay star player हेर्न आउला तर repeat value हुँदैन and all that. But anyway, we can talk about this some other day. I think we are keep going about like doomsday of cricket. होइन. I wanted I
Okay,
wanted to
quickly,
talk. Sorry, के
yeah, quickly एउटा कुरा गरिहाल्नु होइन जुन चाहिँ एसियन गेम्समा छ अहिले 10वटा टिम चाहिँ एसियन गेम्सको लागि राइट नेपाल भयो नेपालसँग अर्को 3टा टिम क्वालिफाई भएको छ र जापान अलरेडी क्वालिफाइड छ होस्ट भएकोले
Okay.
एन्ड सिन्स इन्डियाले आफ्नो बेस्ट टिम पठाएको छ होइन मोर ओभर बेस्ट टिम पठाएको छ पाकिस्तान श्रीलङ्का बङ्गलादेश उनीहरूले पनि बेस्ट टिम नै पठाउँछ राइट जुन चाहिँ ग्याप हामीले देख्यौँ एसियन गेम्स क्वालिफिकेसनमा
Mm-hmm.
अर्को 3टा टिमहरू विल बी प्लेइङ अगेन्स्ट द बेस्ट टिम हुन्छ नि मलाई डिस्प्यारिटी देख फिल्स लाइक नेपालले त त्यत्रो रन बनायो अरू टिमहरूसँग विकेट टिमहरूसँग इन्डिया पाकिस्तान श्रीलङ्का बङ्गलादेश अफगानिस्तानले के गर्ला सो आई फिल लाइक
Oh,
10वटा टिम एसियन गेम्समा वाट डु थिङ्क
होइन होइन I'm in favor of more teams. If somebody gets destroyed, they get destroyed. होइन. But that's कसले पो भन्थ्यो होइन. कसले हो. I think it was Murli Karthik talking about like Indian team should go and play in Nepal भनेर कुरा गर्दै थियो होइन. अनि उसले के भन्दै थियो भने yeah, India might score a lot of run and they might win every game हुन्छ नि, and people might think it's boring. But look what India has been doing to Pakistan, have been doing to Bangladesh. They're winning every game. They're destroying them anyway.
see there's a difference right because नेपालमा क्रिकेट बेच्नु पर्छ होइन द होल पोइन्ट
Mm-hmm.
अफ एसियन गेम्स इज टु expand cricket to other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are selling cricket, if you're trying to sell cricket like that, with like unbalanced games, the cricket झन् इन्ट्रेस्टिङ हो
Mm-hmm.
राइट नेपालमा इन्डिया आओस् अस्ट्रेलिया आओस् होइन 400 रन बनाओस् 500 रन बनाओस् T20 doesn't matter because people will still be excited to see them play. But
Mm-hmm.
Asian Gamesमा you're trying to expand the game, नयाँ crowd, नयाँ audience, and you're presenting such an unbalanced game, then it's not a good selling point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you तिमीले भनेको certain levelमा makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. But again, we'll see. I mean, let's see what happens. Suryavanshi पनि जाँदैछ. Let's see how he does होइन. Hopefully he doesn't hit a lot of runs
I
against us.
feel like
Re-
सूर्यवंशीले धेरै बलर्सहरूलाई उसको करियरबाटै रिटायर
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I think everybody who talks about him, everybody talks about. It's not that the guy doesn't have talent and skill and all that. I know everybody's kind of worried how he gonna be managed.
Yeah.
Overall managed. यति young एजमा I mean सचिन पनि young एजमा आओस् कि 17 16 17 मै आएको उसको स्टार्टिङ फेम पनि होइन. तर त्यो टाइमको फेम र अहिलेको फेममा
Yeah.
huge difference छ कि होइन. So how he gets in it. Anyway, we can talk about more of this next time. I just wanna before we go talk about European T20 Belgium. Man, it's so I- Belgium European T20 League. Oh my god, how tough it is to say. And so तिमीले follow गरेछौ यो के?
Not at all.
Yeah.
European T20 Premier League चाहिँ मैले मार्क गरेर राखेको थिएँ क्यालेन्डरमा and this one is different so that's why like similar
Yeah,
names on
मैले पनि
European
एउटै
T20s.
मैले पनि एउटै भन्ने सोचेको थिएँ तिमीले भनिसकेपछि रियलाइज गरेँ इट्स डिफरेन्ट भनेर मैले पनि I did not know it was not the same. But anyway, यसमा एउटा टिम चाहिँ नेपाली जनकपुर बोल्सको ओनर उत्सव सिग्देल He owns a team. It's called JB Bruges. I cannot pronounce the name. It's like a French name होइन उसले गर्छ अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ टन्नै नेपाली प्लेयरहरू पनि रहेछ होइन क्विकली there's गुलसन झा ईशान पाण्डे दिपेन्द्र सेन आइरे होइन Gulshan Jai has been doing pretty good. He scored 21 on 13, 29 on 20, 20 on 10, 9 on 9, and he has been bowling decent too. Dr. Saab, let's say 2 games, he scored 1 of 5 and 3 of 5. And he bowled on 1 game and gave 13 runs in 1 over. And looks like he's not playing. He did not play the next game. Really खेला the next game. He scored 1 run and gave in 2 balls and got out. But he took 2 wickets, giving 16 runs in 3 overs. So, quick rundown.
Okay, तर मलाई एउटा कन्सेप्ट चाहिँ म बुझ्दिनँ
Mm,
फर इक्जाम्पल मुम्बई इन्डियन्सले न्युयोर्कको टिम किनेको छ नि त यहाँ होइन एमएलसीमा
mhm,
एन्ड इट्स
mhm,
एमआई न्युयोर्क्स
mhm.
सो वेन यु एड एमआई दाखेरि लट्स अफ युएसको अडियन्सले चाहिँ होइन एमआई न्युयोर्क भन्ने बित्तिकै जो अमेरिकनहरू हो जो हुन्छ नि क्रिकेट when they try to get into cricket, when they hear about it, they kind of like detach themselves. हुन्छ नि त्यो मुम्बई टिमको नाम अमेरिकन क्लब टिमको नाम इज मुम्बई इन्डियन्स न्युयोर्क होइन सो
So, I
इट्स काइन्ड अफ
think
लाइक द्याट
तिमीले भने right हो होइन but technically what they are trying to do is they are trying to brand MI
या
not as like Mumbai Indian but it's still MI होइन अनि they are also what they are also trying to do is all MI team should be the capital of the country होइन दे आर थिङ्किङ द्याट वे क्या एमआईलाई त्यसरी ब्रान्ड गरिरह हो होइन तिमीले भने जस्तो यस अलिकति डिपर हेऱ्यो भने मुम्बई इन्डियन न्युयोर्क सुन्दा वाट एम आई वाचिङ अमेरिकन लिग हुन्छ होइन तर आई थिङ्क वाट दे आर ट्राइङ टु डु इज जस्ट लाइक एमआई इज अ ब्रान्ड टाइपले हुन्छ आई थिङ्क द्याट्स वाट हि इज अल्सो ट्राइङ टु डु जनकपुर बोल्सको जेबी त्यही राख्यो होला क्या उसले
या आई गेट द्याट फ्रम मुम्बई इन्डियन्स पोइन्ट अफ भ्यू होइन तर इफ यु ट्राई टु सेल गेम टु लोकल यु आर नट गेटिङ
राइट
you cannot get a lot of support from the like wider crowd with that.
हो तिमीले भनेको यो कुरामा होइन फेरि मेरो कुरा चाहिँ हामीले धेरै अगाडि धेरै पडकास्टमा कुरा गरेकोमा जान्छ क्या आई डोन्ट थिङ्क एमआई न्युयोर्कको ओनरसिप ग्रुप इज वरी अबाउट प्रमोटिङ गेम टु
Exactly.
अमेरिकन लाइक
Uh,
नेटिभ लाइक अमेरिकन राइट दे आर ट्राइङ टु promote game to diaspora, especially South
uh,
Asian, like, I know,
yeah.
and they might feel more attached to MI New York than, let's say, Ranger New York or something like
Mhm.
that. You know, and that's how I feel like it.
See, you can do something like MI को is a different story होइन तर instead
Mhm.
of Chennai Super Kings Texas they can say like Texas Super Kings right so त्यसरी
Isn't that
नेम पनि
what they
हुनसक्छ
do?
yeah so that's what I'm saying instead of saying Chennai
Yeah,
Super Kings Texas they chose that right so instead
yeah.
of Janakpur Bulls whatever then they can just take the name of the city and Bulls right so that's just
Yeah,
to give that more
yeah.
local vibe
तर आई थिङ्क जति एमआई न्युयोर्कमा पिपल gonna have some kind of questions. I don't think people will
Mhm.
have a lot of question on JB
Yeah,
भनेर
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
होइन त्यो पनि हो होइन तर तिमीले भने राइट हो जस्ट स्टिक विथ बोल्स मेबी होइन सिटीको नेम बोल्स गर्यो होइन बोल्स एज अ ब्रान्ड बट
Uh, I have no.
म त विराटनगर टिमको फ्यान हो द्याट इज माई क्लोजेस्ट मार्टिन गप्टिलको टिम anyway so I'll follow this a bit timbre absence ma and I'll report to you next time हुन्छ नि
Alrighty.
okay anything else we missed anything else we should talk about
I think we're good. Women's World Cup all this, so एन्ड एमएलसी आउँदैछ एन्ड वर्ल्ड कप आउँदैछ फुटबलको वर्ल्ड कप सो या क्रेजी फ्यु विक्स आफ्टर दिस
Yep. Yep. We'll talk about it more in coming days. Thank you, everyone.